The purpose of this video is to support you with migrating student-facing materials from the curriculum group into your specific course. I suggest that you start in your course and that you populate the folders that you would like students to encounter when they access your course. I have my Unit 1 folder. Inside of my Unit 1 folder, I have a Week 1, which is going to be Lesson 1, and I have given my students some details about what it is that they will find in this folder. Now that I have my folder set up the way that I would like them to be, I'm going to navigate to my groups. Most likely you have quite a few groups going on, so go ahead and select My Groups. If you have not joined the curriculum group yet, you will need to do so using the access code. And then you're going to find them sorted alphabetically. So for our high school group, it's called Open Syed High School Biology, Chemistry, and Physics. You will find all of the curriculum inside of this folder. On the left-hand side of my screen, I'm going to navigate to Resources. Once I'm in Resources, then I can find Bio, Chem, and Physics. So for my Physics course, I'm going to open up Physics. I could make the choice to copy this entire P1 folder into my Schoology course, but then I'm going to run into some problems like the gradebook being auto-populated with every single assignment for the whole unit, which will then cause passback issues between Schoology gradebook and Infinite Campus. So instead of copying the entire unit, I'm going to go into that unit. I teach an ELA E course, so I'm going to access the English materials. I could choose to copy the entire Lesson 1 folder over, but I want to give my students access to only some specific resources digitally, and others I'm going to print and hand them physically in class. So let's go into Lesson 1. Now I need to make some decisions about what information I would like my students to have access to digitally. I know that some of my students would benefit from being able to use technology to read the articles, as well as some technology to be able to translate into different languages to support their access of the reading. So I'm going to go ahead and use the settings icon menu here. Select Add to Course. I'm going to find my physics course, and now I have a new drop-down menu that's going to help me put this resource exactly where I would like it to belong. If I leave it as none, it is going to populate this resource in my landing page. I remember that I set up the different folders, so I want to go ahead and select my Week 1 folder, and then I can hit Add. I also would like my students to have access to this reference map so that they can access it throughout class. Again, I'm going to go back to my course, select my Week 1 folder, notice that the article folder has appeared, and select Add. I also know that I would like my students to actually submit their initial models handout. It will also help my students who are absent know that this is an assignment that they need to see me and make up. So I'm going to go ahead and add it to my course as well. This allows me to select again my folder, Week 1. I can go ahead and edit some of this information here. This is an initial model, so I'm going to call it a process grade. And I'm going to go ahead and add. Now I'm going to return to my course. Go in my Unit 1, in Week 1, and here I have my articles, my reference map, and my assignment. All right, there's one more step for the assignments that we need to do. Currently, the assignment, when you click on it, it's accessed as a link. And so I need to set this up a little bit differently. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the link. I'm going to make a copy of this document, which will allow me to make any edits and changes that I would like to the formatting, as well as to any of the content that's in there. Then I'm going to go back to my assignment. I'm going to remove the link. I'm going to edit my assignment. And now I'm going to link it through my Google Drive. Here's the copy that I just made. I'm going to attach it this way. Now I can provide any other extra details, double check that I have my grades set up. I don't quite want students to be able to see it when they immediately open the folder at the beginning of class, so I'm going to unpublish it for now and hit Save Changes. So now when students come to class and open up, the only thing they're going to be able to see is the articles and the reference map. And then when I am ready, I can publish the assignment so that all of my students will be able to see it and it will populate in my gradebook. If you need support with any of this process, please reach out to your science specialist.